Hi, welcome back to Lonsdale Public Library's Summer Reading Program 2021, Reading Colors Your World. I'm Marguerite.
I'm Penny.
So we're going to talk to you about week 2 packets for readers. So if you're a pre-reader or a teen and tween, this is not your recording, although feel free to watch them all if you are, can't get enough of us, because we are just that entertaining. So just a couple of announcements this week, not so bad as last time. There's still plenty of time to register. If you have not yet registered, please do. You can come into the library and do that. You can do it through our website. And you, first of all, you get the chance to win one of 10 fabulous prize packages at the end of the summer reading program. And it also helps us to keep track. So please do that. It just only takes a minute. And we also, as of the time of recording, we still have plenty of extra week 1 packets. So if you do not already have a week 1 packet, feel free to take one. If you already had one, it's still the same, so don't bother. And also, there is no big special event this week, but next week we have the Jolly Pops, which is a band for kids. It's going to be super fun. It's Wednesday, June 23rd at 1 p.m. at Stika Park, which is the same place that we had the cookout if you went to that. It's about 45 minutes to an hour. They aim their event at sort of 3 to 8 year olds, but everybody is welcome. And if you want a chair to sit in, you're going to want to bring those from home because we will not have those. You can just sit in the grass. Okay, 2-year packets. This is what they're going to look like. Not quite as giant as last week because we don't have a book.
Do I have to bring my book back?
Do not bring your book back. That is your book to keep forever and ever. How fun is that? We love giving stuff away. So in your packet, you're going to have a couple of worksheets. This one is fun. It's crazy crayons. It's a maze, but it is not like any maze you've ever done before, because you're going to start with one color crayon and you're going to follow along until you hit one of these little dots, and then you're going to change to a different color and keep going until you hit the next dot. So you can do them in a rainbow, you can do them randomly, you can do a different color for each one and see how many you come up with, or you can just use a few and make a pattern. So that's fun. And then we have this cool camping scene, and it's got hidden things in it. So you want to see how many you can find, and then you can color it, because why not? And I promised you that every week you would have one of these match the colorful animal things, because I couldn't stop making them. It was a lot of fun. So we got yellow animals this week, and again, my advice to you is start with the easy ones, because some of them you're going to recognize right away, and some of them are probably going to be a little harder. So fill out the ones you know, and then you can guess at the ones that are left. And the answers are in the back, but don't start there. And we got coloring pages, because coloring is fun. Starting with a mad scientist, because science is cool. And then this one is just some stuff that makes you think of summer. Flip-flops and watermelon. The beach. And then I'm going to skip the crafts because Miss Penny's going to talk about them. But we've got for our activity, which you can do at home if you feel like it. This week it is called Crawling Colors. It's a science experiment. So what you're going to do is you want 5 different clear containers. And if you use food coloring, it may stain them, so don't use your parents' good glasses without asking them. So you're going to take 5 different containers, and you're going to fill them all partway with water. And then you're going to put blue in one, and then a clear, and then yellow in one, and then a clear, and then a red in one. And you're going to twist up some paper towels in between each one and then see what happens. The answer is science. And you got something special this week. The DNR, the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, gave us some free stuff about water safety. So if you are going to be boating or swimming or even hanging out near a pond this summer, you're going to want to be aware of of water safety. So this one is a coloring book. It's got coloring and activities, lots of fun and useful information in there. And you also get a comic book. Everybody loves comic books, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just full of useful information about being safe near the water, because that is a really important thing to know. And one more thing for me. We promised you a prize every week this year. So this week it is a magnifying glass, so you can do science. Ooh. Go look at bugs and stuff. All right, over to you.
All right, so I'm going to talk really quickly. We have 2 crafts in the bag for you guys this week. The first one is the CD hot air balloon craft. And in your bag, you will get a CD or a DVD. Usually it's one that we have that we're missing a disc or it's scratched and isn't working. We also will have a square. This is your basket to your balloon. We have 2 popsicle sticks and a whole handful of different colors of tissue paper squares. And I decorated my basket a little bit. I put some cross hatches on mine. I'll show you in just a moment. And then I took my my popsicle sticks and taped them to the back of my balloon. I covered the front side just because I thought this was a better looking back. I taped my popsicle sticks onto that and then taped my basket on. And then I put glue on the front and I put tissue paper squares on it. And this is how mine turned out. If I can give you some advice, I crunched mine up a little too tight and they kept falling off. So if I were you, I'd just maybe do a little crumple if you want to do a crumple. You also could do them flat if you wanted to do that and layer them. I put mine in rows. Obviously, you don't have to. You can do them scattered colors however you want. But I do think it makes an awfully adorable hot air balloon. And see, like I said, I used the shiny part as my back and just taped it on. Quick and simple. And then my next craft uses the rest of the supplies you have in there, which happen to be a white paper and a white crayon. And you might be looking at me and going, that makes no sense, because why would you have a white crayon and white paper? We're not going to be able to see it.
How will you see it? Yeah.
Right. But that's the fun of this. So draw a picture on here with your white crayon. The harder you push, the better it is. The more wax that gets on the paper. And even when I was drawing my picture, I couldn't remember exactly where I drew. So when you're under light or near a window, try tipping your paper a little bit, and sometimes you can see where you had drawn already. And then, if you remember from your week 1 packets, or if you haven't gotten one yet, in the week 1 packets, you got watercolor paints. And I'm just going to remind you to rinse your brush after every color. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of brown by the end of the 6 weeks. But for now, they should still be in pretty good condition. And you can use it to paint over it. And you can see I had a flower that I drew. I tried some different squiggly lines. I had a P down here for Penny. Some dots, some hearts. And I did stripes. You could do the whole thing in the same color if you want. You could do some random colors, maybe, you know, splotches or something. But as I said, the harder you push down on the white crayon, the easier it is to see it once you paint over it. You could even write a secret message to somebody. Write a secret message to your friend that's also doing the summer reading program, because they'll have the paints and everything. And then you guys could hand them back and forth and use your watercolor paints and see what your friend says.
That's a fun idea.
It is. We can pretend to be, you know, secret agents. Spies. Really quickly before we go to, we have some stuff in our windows. So if you walk around the corner of our library, we don't even have to be open. You can just walk the sidewalk around the outside, and we've got some I Spies in the window. We also have some different puzzles up over there and a list of things to look for in those I Spies. So we'd love to hear if you guys try it out, and if you can find everything, or if you can't, we can try to help you. Sometimes they're pretty tricky for me. I was never good at Where's Waldo's. But we'd like to see you do those, and then every week those will change as well. The I Spies may change, or the different things that we have you looking for will change. So keep checking back there and keep trying to find all the stuff. And I think that's it, isn't it?
We also have an art display in the art gallery in the library. So far, there's only one thing in it that Penny made just to get you started. But we would love it if you would bring in some art for us to share with everybody.
Yes, please do. So we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.